When did it become so hard for people to separate fiction from reality? When did it become so hard for people not to blame video games or anime or TV shows as a scapegoat for issues that happen and rise up within society? Because anime right now is currently being blamed for a violent incident within Taiwan, and you have a lot of different news media outlets around the world, especially in Taiwan and China, now trying to paint anime as the devil, as a demon entity that needs to be eradicated and removed. There is people within Japan now talking about the situation. You have articles being written about the situation, and there's a lot of different parts of the anime community now discussing this. But one of the big anime or series in general that is being focused on, thanks to this whole incident, is Mushoku Tensei. And I'm just like, dude, Mushoku Tensei can never get out of, like, controversy, dude. Like, it's always in some form of controversy when it comes to, like, drama or issues being blamed for anything that happens. And I'm just like, dude, welcome back. Video games cause violence in 2026. We legit have now anime being used as a reason why people are psychopaths, and I'm just gonna say it like it is. These individuals that do this type of stuff, they're not doing it because of anime or video games or anything like that. They're just crazy. They're psychos. They're animals that honestly need to be thrown into an asylum or thrown away and locked away to where you never see them again, because individuals that can't function in society, you know, they need to be gone. So I want to blow a hole in this entire argument that anime or video games cause people to be violent. Even within this very article, officers confirmed Chang had a prior criminal record. So let me get this straight. Instead of blaming the justice system for allowing this psychopath to roam the streets, they instead use a scapegoat like anime, light novels, or in this case, Mushoku Tensei, blame it for the reason why this individual went off the rails and did something completely unforgivable. But obviously, you have news media outlets and stuff, they want to paint a narrative. They want to paint a narrative that anime is bad, manga is bad, games are bad, instead of addressing the actual elephant in the room that is a very bad justice system for allowing something like this to happen. And honestly, this isn't necessarily just like a Taiwan issue, this is just an issue around the world, honestly. It's become way too common for, you know, video games or anime or movies or whatever to be blamed for an issue, when in reality, it's the justice system that fails. They allow these systematic criminals to continue to wander the streets after they've already done multiple violent crimes. They allow them to go out there and do more violent crimes. Eventually, someone gets hurt to the point to where they will never recover ever again, and then to use something as a scapegoat, they blame an anime, or they blame a manga, or they blame a light novel, and they're like, I don't know why this happens, when the elephant in the room is that the justice system failed everyone in that society. This really just pisses me off, because the fact that you have a lot of news media outlets trying to say anime is responsible here, when the criminal himself had a prior existing criminal record, already tendencies to be violent and be vicious to people around him and be a public nuisance, just like, yes, let's blame anime instead of the actual issue here. This makes me very disgusted, but when you look into this deeper, you start to realize why anime is being blamed like it is. And so, let's segue into that one. First off, we need to address what happened about a week ago. China's Comic Cup bans Japanese anime manga content. Now, you're probably wondering, how is this related in any way? Because obviously the crime happened in Taiwan, and so how does China have anything to do with Taiwan? Well, we're going to get into that one. So the news media outlets that are currently covering the situation and trying to blame anime, or Mushoku Tensei in this case, and paint anime as like the sign of evil, or the like devil itself, TVBS here, TVBS News, that you can see right here, they are an entity that is apparently very pro-China. Like, they've been bought out by China, or at the very least, they like to be very on China's side. And so, when you factor in the recent, like, tensions, the growth of tensions between China and Japan, thanks to Japan saying that they want to defend Taiwan as a country, and, you know, China obviously doesn't like that, and you have certain individuals within Taiwan that are also very pro-China, you lead to situations like where anime and manga gets banned in response to this. I mean, I already showed a video like last week to where you had the singer of the One Piece ending song, an iconic ending song, Memories, dragged off the stage. And so there's constantly this like wave of anime and manga being banned or removed from China, and then Taiwan getting involved and trying to smear anime. It feels just very much connected. I don't think this is very coincidental. I think that in reality this is definitely connected to the increased tensions between China and Japan, and Taiwan being kind of the middleman right now, being pulled apart by both countries and all that, and the people within the country as well. But this isn't the first time that Mushoku Tensei has wound up in drama thanks to China. We had Mushoku Tensei pulled from China many years ago, like literally 5 years ago. Here's an old post from 5 years ago on r/anime talking about the situation. Here's an article as well talking about it that, Japanese animation Mushoku Tensei was suspended from Bilibili accused of lacking morals. There's a lot of things here. There's a lot of articles that cover the situation. I covered this many years ago. But Mushoku Tensei is something that has always been controversial to China. China has not liked the series. And so when you factor all this in, blaming it once again, it just all comes together. So yeah, to get to the actual moral message here is that people are psychopaths, the justice system failed. Instead of addressing the elephant in the room, they want to blame anime, manga, or video games, and it just makes me absolutely sick. It is just sickening how many people continue to do this around the world. This is not just, let's say, this news media outlet that does this. This is just the mainstream news that continues to do this. They run smear campaigns or lie, deceive, they deflect and don't address the actual issues because it doesn't fit the narrative. That's so infuriating. But I'll leave it at that. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot, and I would hope to hit like 500,000 subscribers this year. That is definitely one of my personal goals, to hit 500,000 subscribers. So please do help out. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. But leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Happy New Year's, everyone. Chibi out.